Alright guys, I'm the Kodiak, and if you ever watch any of my YouTube videos, you'll know that there is usually a cowboy hat on my head. I do this because I love it, I think it looks awesome, and it's just me. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just something I got in Wyoming in March 2020, and I have loved that thing ever since. But the reason I'm not wearing my cowboy hat in this video, and it does serve a purpose, is because I don't know if you're watching this at a very, very, very later date. This take could end up aging very, very poorly. This take could end up being a 500-foot home run. But what I'm about to say in this video is my no cap prediction, or no hat prediction, of 2020. You think back to 2020 if you're watching this at a later date, and there was a time where people used to say no cap, meaning that they were true about something, usually said at the end of a statement that is rather seen as outrageous, considering the media is labeling Trevor Lawrence the best QB prospect since Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck. Ever since Clemson's natty in January 2019, we've basically heard nothing except, oh, Trevor Lawrence is the Patrick Mahomes of college football. He's amazing, he's going to break all sorts of records, and he's the guaranteed 101. As stupid as it may sound, if I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars today on, let me just double check, December 23rd, 2020, 1:06 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, I am going to take Zach Wilson over Trevor Lawrence. BYU and UCF just basically played their last game of the season, and this is not based off of a one-game sample size. It's something I've been thinking about all, college football season. You remember that the first game of the year was BYU against one of the military schools, I can't remember, but the military school didn't have any time to practice due to COVID, and BYU ended up winning like 62-0 or something ridiculous like that. Ever since that game, ever since I remember watching that game at my grandparents' house, noticing the quarterback, I've noticed that he was an absolute stud. Okay, so yeah, I just double checked. It was Navy, and at one point the game was 48-3 in favor of BYU. And ever since then, it's just been wheels up for Zach Wilson. His final stat line on the year, 3,932 total yards, 41 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. And I understand BYU doesn't exactly play with the most superior college competition, but every time they've had a chance to just steamroll someone this year, they've taken their opportunity and rolled with it. Besides Coastal Carolina, that doesn't fit my narrative, so we're going to just ignore it. But against 21st ranked Boise State in Idaho, Zach Wilson, 21 for 27, 359 yards, 2 touchdowns in the air. There's just a fire under this dude that I can't explain. It kind of reminds me of Baker Mayfield when he was at Oklahoma in 2017. When Baker Mayfield took the Oklahoma flag and planted it in the middle of the Ohio State field, I feel like that's something Zach Wilson would do, although Zach Wilson, from what I understand, he's not that much of a douchebag, except I love Baker. And here's the deal. His accuracy was not good his first 2 seasons starting, but with guys with gigantic accuracy issues, he's been great this year as far as accuracy. But the thing you want to see as a college quarterback is improvement. Throughout this whole season, Zach Wilson has been PFF's highest graded passing college quarterback. And considering we have Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Kyle Trask, Mac Jones, it's not like 2019 where the best names you have to compete against are Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins, Drew Lock. The thing that makes or breaks a quarterback is not throws in between the numbers, but throws outside the numbers. But guess what? The deeper he throws, he only gets better. Throwing outside to the left 20 yards downfield, 9 for 13, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 151.4 NFL passer rating. Between the numbers, deep downfield, 9 for 15, 367 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, earned 16 NFL passer rating, 97.4 passing grade from PFF. Outside right, 14 for 23, 418 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 126.4 NFL passer rating, 98.1 passing grade from PFF. And I know that a lot of people have become really disgruntled with PFF ever since the NFL has kind of forced it upon us, myself included. Like, I think some of the grades are absolutely ridiculous. Like, Derek Wolfe even said that some dudes can even pay for a better grade. But even discounting the PFF grades and everything, the numbers throwing deep outside left or deep outside right, they are concrete numbers. There's no sabermetric, there's no eye judgment involved. He's just damn good analytically throwing the ball downfield. Walter Football expects Zach Wilson's 40 time to be 4.8. This dude plays a lot faster than 4'8". He's 6'3", 210, so he's no Ben Roethlisberger, he's no Cam Newton, he's not like overly built. But you know who else hovers between that 210, 215 range? Russell Wilson. And Zach Wilson is likely going to need to add a few pounds just so he can absorb hits better, maybe prolong his NFL lifespan. But when you watch him, he's just electrifying. I see a lot of Patrick Mahomes in his game. And this isn't the time for me to say that he'll be as good as Patrick Mahomes, but I'd be damned if that potential wasn't at least in his repertoire. And one more thing. BYU is not playing the cream of the crop. They're not playing in the SEC. Zach Wilson is not playing tough defenses like Trevor Lawrence is. I mean, shit, it's college football, so literally no defense outside of like 5 are actually hard to play against. But it's not like BYU is overly stacked on offense either. You think about guys that Lawrence played with who are going to enter the NFL draft. You think of Travis Etienne, Justin Ross, or guys that did enter the NFL draft like T. Higgins and Hunter Renfrow. Lawrence is a great prospect in his own right, and this isn't meant to be disrespectful to Trevor Lawrence or anything like that. The one thing I would say that sets them apart is 1, supporting cast, and 2, ball placement. Anytime Wilson throws a back shoulder throw or needs to just drop it in the breadbasket, it's right on the money. Anytime I've watched Trevor Lawrence do that, it's more often than not a completion, don't get me wrong. But the ball isn't where it needs to be to give his receiver a best chance to make a play on it. Daniel Jeremiah was quoted as saying the same thing. Daniel Jeremiah said, "The major knock that I had on him is I just didn't think he was as accurate as I hoped he would be in terms of pinpoint accuracy, ball placement. Some of them were completions because he's got great guys around him, but I didn't see an elite level accuracy. Zach Wilson has elite level accuracy." I will literally pull up that PFF chart again, or you can actually go back and watch it. I'm probably going to be too lazy by the time I'm editing this, but anytime Zach Wilson needs to get the ball somewhere urgently, it's delivered crisp, it's delivered right where it needs to be, and Zach Wilson, he's the best quarterback prospect I've ever seen. That includes Lawrence, that includes Burrow, that includes Luck, that includes whoever the consensus one-on-ones were in the NFL draft. Living in the mountains, living in Colorado, I have heard a lot about the Zach Wilson dude. I absolutely love him. He shows everything you want in a next-level quarterback, and I haven't heard many things from the BYU locker room. I'm not exactly close with that football program by any means, but from what I've seen, he just does a great job of interacting with his teammates on the sidelines. Trevor Lawrence likely will be the first overall pick in this year's NFL draft. Nothing wrong with that. And the first overall pick is likely going to go to the Jaguars. So it'll come down to, will the Jets take Zach Wilson or will they take Justin Fields, who struggled against Northwestern? Here's the deal. I don't want Zach Wilson to go to the Jets. As far as teams that need a quarterback, off the top of my head, who will be picking high? Carolina, maybe Dallas if they decide to move on from Dak, Indianapolis if they feel like trading up, which Chris Ballard has shown he never has a tendency to do, the Giants, the football team, Detroit if they move on from Stafford, and Atlanta if they move on from Ryan. So there's a lot of ifs. San Francisco too. Oh, Zach Wilson in that offense would be lethal. The reason I'm saying this now and not in April is because the opinions change throughout the offseason. You know, we have a Joe Burrow every year where he goes from literally like 6th round pick, like level talent before the season begins, and then they make their way all the way up into the top 10. This year, I have never seen a greater rise from a college quarterback. Not only do I think he is the best quarterback in college football, not only do I think he should win the Heisman, not only would I take him first overall this year if I was the Jacksonville Jaguars as of today. I was not alive when Peyton Manning was at Tennessee. I was not born yet. I came out of the womb 3 years after that. But Zach Wilson is the best college quarterback I have seen in my lifetime. If he is starting Week 1 in 2021, there is zero doubt in my mind that after the Week 1 game, we will say, holy crap, why wasn't this guy taken sooner? And we will already be putting him in the discussion of top 5 quarterbacks in the game. Alright guys, that is going to do it for the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter, link is in the description below. Anyways guys, have a good day and peace out.